Did the client hidden secret? What is missing? Can either config. Okay, last. Site loading. I'm installing SharePoint management shell to run this PowerShell script. So since there is no UI steps available to enable that side loading, so we need to enable side loading to add the app. That's what they have mentioned here. Yeah, in this link. Multitask. So once we install the SharePoint management that tool, we have that run command for SharePoint Online. We can right click and run as administrator. Okay. One more time. 3961. Can you also please check whether there is any other steps apart from PowerShell to enable that sideline? Okay, mostly give me some time. Okay, it will check how to enable this sideline
Okay.
option. Okay,
Yeah.
so you two will try. So what we try now? So we updated the client ID and client secret in the web.config file. After updating, if we try to run the site, it is throwing error.
Yeah.
Side
Actually,
loading,
I have also got the same error, so that's why I have asked you to try this.
okay, side loading of the app. Okay, okay. So you also install this SharePoint Online, that one,
Okay.
PowerShell one. Okay, so not only for this. Okay, for some other activities also we can do using the SharePoint, that PowerShell scripts. Okay, that will
Yeah.
cover. Okay, you install that in your machine. Okay, so this one we tried, but it is not working. Not sure. So we need to check whether we need to update the DLLs or something else. That I'll check. Okay. And one more thing. First time when we ran, so again one more error came, right? And that script is not digitally signed. So to avoid that error, we executed the set execution policy. The scope we set. Okay.
Okay.
So first time when you execute the PowerShell script, you also may get the same error. Try this. Uh, any site. Simple team sites. Let's check one more time that feature. Is there any feature available at the site collection level? Custom site collection. Help library. No, it is not available. So, using which site you try to create the app? Hello, Hema.
Hello.
No, using which site you try to create the site. I mean, try to create the app. What I said, no, when you started creating that SharePoint add-in,
Mm-hmm.
you would have given the URL, right? Which URL you have
Yeah,
given?
yeah. That URL, I have used my site URL. That is,
Okay.
let me share that with you. Hematist.
Hema test. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not a team site. There is any option in the UAE, we would have easily updated it. Okay, once after the class, I'll try to create this new site collection and I'll see. Okay.
Your voice is breaking.
Yeah. So later, I'll try to create app by giving the site URL and we'll see whether that works or not. Okay. Now
Yeah.
we'll proceed with this. Okay, so here as we saw, there are two projects. One is that app package, one is web deploy package. The app package is the one which will have app manifest.xml file. If you go to this, you can click F7, I think. If you click F7, that XML also, by default, it will be that UI. If you see it in XML format, you can click on F7. So whatever the properties available, that will show here. Okay, start page gives. Uh, so in the start page, so if you see standard token is the one we are passing as a query string value. So in the standard token, so mainly what it will have, host URL, so ESP host URL, host web, app web. There are two web. If you go to SharePoint context, okay, these are the parameters will come in that standard token query string. Okay, so SP host URL is the one, SharePoint site URL. SP app web URL is the one, the app where we are hosting. If we are hosting in IaaS or Azure, wherever they are hosting, we'll be getting that app URL, right? That they will refer as app web URL in the API. Okay, language key, SP client tag, these things and all, it won't change. The number also 0, 1 like that. There may be some numbers. Okay, these three things won't change at any time. Okay, you need to consider SP host web URL, SP app URL, mainly SP host URL. Okay, that is the SharePoint site URL that should be available when passing the standard token. Okay, from there only it will generate the client context. Okay, so if you go to home controller.cs, they simply create a SharePoint context provider current.get SharePoint context. Okay, by passing this, they directly got the client context. As you can see, they didn't provide any client ID, client secret, or username, password. Okay, directly with that HTTP context, with that they were able to create the client context. If I go inside this, see, using that HTTP context only, they are trying to, from there, they are trying to get the SP host URL. So, using that SP host URL, they are getting the client context. That's the thing. Create SharePoint context. So, that's the simple operation they are doing. These are, you don't think too much about it because in-build code. So, only thing is, you just understand how they are creating the client context. Okay, once the client context is got, we can do all other activities. Right? You can see, they got the client context. After the client context, they are getting the current user. You mean the user who is running the code? If it's me, it's Sriram. Okay, so that name they are passing to the, that view. Okay, view back that username equal to that sp user dot title. It would be Sriram P. Okay, so if you see, this is view back dot username. If you go to the views home index.html, same thing, there is welcome view back that username, welcome Sriram. So that output would have been like this only, welcome Sriram, the user who are learning. After that, this default content, whatever they have written, that would have displayed when you when it got succeeded. Okay, so yeah, this is the place we need to write. So if we need to do some other activities like create list, create library, whatever operation you want to do, mm, we need to start doing from here only. Okay, so in my previous example, what we have done now, so I'll tell you. So how you get the requirement. Okay, so by if you go to site content and create, default list and libraries are all there, right? But end user requirement was, we don't want to use this default list and library. They had their own separate template. Okay, for survey, the client had created separate content type. For library, they had separate content type. For each content type, organization level related document fields were there. business unit, function, classification, like that. Many content type, many actions were there. Okay, so for that, in this gear icon, they asked us to add one option. Okay, create the company name, apps. Say for example, Microsoft will create Microsoft apps, like that. If you go to that app, that link, here, that what the app which I have created, it will be redirected to that page. Okay, from there I can create document library, custom list, survey, whatever the option, around 7 to 8 options they were provided. Using that, user could create list or library whatever they need. From using this custom template, they would have, they can create. Okay, this was one of the MEC project I have done. Okay, same way, you, so for you and all, there won't be anything like, so nowadays they are not going to do, ask you to create MEC application. Okay, so you can say, I didn't create new MEC application. There were already some MEC application I was in, like doing enhancement in that activity and migrating that MVC application to SharePoint Online. Further create a separate SharePoint Online application, SPPKG file, like that you can say. Okay, because nowadays, many of the projects they stopped creating new MEC application. Okay, so why I said till this now, you should understand whatever the options available in the SharePoint. Even you can get the project like SharePoint 2013 to SharePoint Online migration. Okay, for the SharePoint 2013 means they would have created, mm, um, this provider hosted apps, and you may need to understand what they have done in the provider hosted app, and how to change that provider hosted app functionality to SharePoint Online. So those things and all, for those things you should know some basics about the SharePoint, this provider hosted apps, right? So that's why we are covering. So 99%, they in the interview they won't ask provider hosted apps related questions. Even in some cases, there may be something like project specific interview can happen. Okay, project specific means the migration project, migrating SharePoint 2013 or 2016 to SharePoint Online. They are majorly they are using provider hosted apps, and they want to move out from provider hosted app to some other functionality, or some enhancement related. You need to do some enhancement in the provider hosted app itself. In that case, they can ask a question in this provider setups. Okay, so you can say very well say, because 4 to 5 years before only many of the team was using this provider apps. So you can say whatever I said now. I didn't get chance to create new apps, but I gone through the app which my team already created, and I was part of migrating it into SharePoint Online. Okay, and if providers trap means, majorly they will be asking this app manifest.xml related one, and what is SP host web, SP app, what is app web, SP host web, how we will grant permission, what is client ID and client secret, high, what is the high trust app, low trust app, what is the differentiation, how we will deploy the package. Okay, so create providers step step by step. This one they are publishing in Azure. Okay, you go through it. Okay, how they are publishing in Azure. Same way there may be steps like how to publish in SharePoint on-prem server, not SharePoint on-prem, Windows on-prem server. Okay, you go through about this. Okay, just understand what is provider hosted apps. Okay, and even you can try to create that SharePoint hosted apps as well. Okay, what are the options available when you try to create SharePoint hosted app? Okay, uh, even I never created the SharePoint hosted apps. Okay, that time, from that time also we didn't work on SharePoint hosted apps. We were working only in provider hosted apps. Okay. That's the thing. Progressed demo. As I said, these two files, SharePoint context and token helper, are by default they created. So these are used to create the client context. So for the whatever the URL we are passing, for that it will be helpful to create client context. Okay, you just go through the methods whatever they used. Okay, and global.ascx is the file. It starts from here. Then application underscore start from there only. Whatever the configuration, routing, bundling, everything start from this, and global.ascx.cs. Okay, so when you start, if you want to uh, right, log some error, or if you want to log whatever the activity happening, it should start from here only. From here only you need to start logging the activities. Okay, and views, we discussed this in the MEC. It will be like HTML content will be there in the views. Okay, script, all the JavaScript jQuery files, whatever the JS files we will be adding here. Filter is the one. Okay, if you see SharePoint context filter, on top of it, it is written, right? So same way you can write your own custom filter as well. Okay, so filters are something like, before executing this method, if you want to do some validation, like there are some only get method can be executed, only post method can be executed. Some validation may happen. Okay, those kind of validation, to do those kind of validation, we are using these filters. Okay, this is one of the important concept in MVC. Okay, you just go through what is filter in MVC. Filters in MVC. So here they are checking only that, from there they are checking the only redirect URL. Okay, check redirection status. Whatever they are passing in that redirection URL, whether that is valid or not. Okay, if it's okay, it should be redirect, like that only they are doing. Okay, they didn't do uh, some some other validation. Only that redirection URL what they are passing, that post URL, that they are checking. Okay, even we can, so some cases we may also create our own filter condition. Okay, so when I was creating the that app, so one of the filter condition what we have created, no, so only employees of that organization should be able to access the, should be able to create the list and libraries. If, so we all will be like vendors, like contract employees. We, for us, it should not allow us, should not allow to create. Okay, for that what we have created, allow only employees filter we created. In that allow only employees, what we have done, we created one more method. In that method, they have given one particular EAD, Active Directory. Only internal employees will be there in that Active Directory group. Okay, if I am trying to create a list or library, I'll check my ID is there in that Active Directory group. Okay, if it is there, the code will allow me to proceed to create the list or library. If my ID is not available in that Active Directory group, it will throw right. You are not part of active users group. Please contact admins to add you in the group. Then only you can create the list or library. Like that, we were throwing. Okay, that is one of the example. Okay, so before going and checking here, by directly we can apply the filter who is eligible for this method, like that something filter you can check here itself. Okay. That's the thing. Okay, you go through, even I too will try to fix this issue. Okay, if not, we will proceed with that SharePoint online S- SPFX web part creation tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Do you have any query? So you told you try to execute. So you have any query in this?
No.